Good morning, good afternoon, good day, good night, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to the platform, Mr. Brother Bolo VNR. We are here with another discussion, another live stream surrounding what is currently happening in Jamaica. Some of the things I speak of is guided by the prophetic word from the apostles and just the women and men of God. And also, signs that are visible out there. Um, so I've come to the conclusion that the Jamaican government, the present one we have right now, has cursed this good land of Jamaica. They know what they did. They know what they did. you know. They know exactly what they did. They know what they have done. They know what they're currently doing. That is causing this stroke of bad luck, if you want to call it that, to come upon the country. Let me go live here. Yes. Okay. So I'm live on both platforms now. So yeah, the government of Jamaica knows exactly what they're doing. Now, let me just go to this first to make my argument as to why I've come to that conclusion. Now, this is a scripture somebody sent me. Isaiah 9 verse 6 to 7. For a child will be born to us, a son will be given to us, and the government will rest on his shoulders, and his name will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Eternal Father, Prince of Peace. There will be no end to the increase of his government or of peace on the throne of David and over his kingdom, to establish it and to uphold it with justice and righteousness. From then on, forevermore, the zeal of the Lord of armies will accomplish this. Freedom, what are you doing? Now, ladies and gentlemen, when you look at Jamaica, do you see righteousness and justice prevailing in this country? Do you see peace? Do you see increase, as in prosperity? What you see with this government led by Holness is quite the opposite. I mean, if we really look at the political, what do you call it, geopolitics, Jamaica seems to be right in the middle of a potential WAR. You understand? The United States is clearly upset with us because it appears as if Holness has been too body with China and other people, right? And of course, we see where Venezuela came the other day and gave relief, and no delegates. It was reported that no reports came out that no delegates from the government went out there to thank the Venezuelans. So the Venezuelans and America have problem, and so Jamaica, being that we have problem with the US because of other things, it appears that Holness has to be treading softly. But that's a whole other conversation. The fact of the matter is, this government has embraced witchcraft, promoted it. This government has made suggestions in Parliament that they are ready to legalize it or even have that discussion. Yes? So this person needs to come out from live and go about their business, because you want to tell somebody what to do, but you don't want to tell the Prime Minister. You don't want anybody to tell the Prime Minister and give him criticism, but you're here to criticize my obesity. Look at you. Bye. If you can have the freedom to criticize my obesity, right? And I'm being honest about that. Unlike a prime minister will tell a bag of lie. Right? You can come and criticize my obesity, but you don't want people to criticize his corruption. You stink. Moving on. Clear corruption. You don't want people to criticize that. Anyway, let me go to this because there's a lot of things I want to talk about. Now, ladies and gentlemen, do you guys remember I'm going to show you how dishonest and evil and wicked the Jamaica Labour Party is. And it's not just Andrew Holness, it's all of them. All of them in their heads. Like, them get exposed time after time after time. Remember the picture with Mark Golding with the chain and the Rasta bridging, and they used it. How you doing, Lorna? And they used it against Mark Golding to suggest that a master mark, and they were very derogative, you know, and they, you see, lies, tearing down the man character. Zine, look at this. Listen to this. Listen to that bridging there. That is the same bridging in the picture, you know. Listen to that interview here with that bridging up on the cleaner, because at first me I see it.
Campbell, and he asked me, what is the purpose of the chain? And I said to him, for 7 years, asking me what was the purpose of the chain. So apparently it was overheard by David Campbell. And he asked me, what is the purpose of the chain? And I said to him, for 7 years, the Andrew Holness regime, or the Andrew Holness government, had us under bondage. That's what I said to him. And then the rest is history.
So the chain where the Rasta man did have, that was in the picture with Mark Golding, was the chain that Andrew Holness had on the country for the last several years. And it's coming out of the words of the Rasta man, you know. And I just want to make you see. Right? So we can have the reference. Right? 1 second, them people. They are hypocrites. And that lady will come on and talk about, like say she was some type of you know, black activist, and Mark Golding is just this evil white man that is here to try and carry us back into slavery. When the point of the matter is, ladies and gentlemen, when you look at the action of Andrew Holness, yeah, you can say he more is the one that is going to bring the Jamaican people into slavery. See the man there? Show no what go on. See the man there? See him there? Remember, go back and you're going to see the picture. Right? You're going to see the picture.
Asking him what was the purpose of the chain. So apparently it was overheard by David Campbell.
See there? See the chain there? See the man there? Right? Yeah? See the man there? See the man we know them history there? Listen to him.
And he asked me, what is the purpose of the chain? And I said to him, for 7 years, the Andrew Holness regime, or the Andrew Holness government, had us under bondage. That's what I said to him. And then the rest is history.
So from then on, somebody went to Mr. Golding and
I don't know how he got the key, but apparently I gave them the key because I have the key.
Okay, so who did you give it?
I gave one of the associate key.
Okay.
Right, so that you could have the lock. So you could unlock the lock.
Did you want him to unlock it?
Yes, I wanted him.
Why?
So Mark Golding was unlocking the chain. This was a symbolic message, right? This was a symbolic message of the chains that Andrew Holness government has put on the people of Jamaica. And the Rasta man said he wanted Mark Golding to unlock the chain. So this was a prop, right? Wagwan Karen, this was a prop right here. I remember they used this to the T in the elections. And I was surprised to come across this video to understand. I'm just showing you how deceptive and wicked and lie the Jamaica Labour Party is. And they will use anything and by any means necessary to maintain power. They have no integrity. Right? That lady, what she name? Sophia, whatever. I don't remember what she name. Where I try to look at stripe off of Mark Golding. And I try to look at come up politically. Tabo says she's a mental health expert. She need to go see a psychiatrist. You understand? For compulsive lying and misleading the people. Right? To suggest that this picture, without context, she put the context that she wanted on it. If you say, Mark Golding was Master Mark. When this was a situation where Mark Golding was there to symbolically free the people from the black house slaves, the black slave masters that is holding down them own people. Yes?
Why? It's because I'm a Michael Manley.
And Michael Manley was a white man.
Yes, I'm a Michael Manley man.
Listen
I
to
love
this.
the very core.
Listen.
Michael Manley stands for and what he's done for all people. I don't see color. I see the contents of one's character.
The man say him love Michael Manley to the core. The man say, I don't see color. I see the content of a man's character. And that is where we need to evolve, ladies and gentlemen. To see the content of a man's character. Because you see, if you don't evolve to this mental and spiritual maturity, what is going to happen to you is you're going to think every black man is for you. And one of them is going to cut your throat. Not literally, but you know what I mean. They're going to betray you. You understand? They're going to betray your very trust that you put in them. People are people. Whether Chinese, whether white, it doesn't matter. They have the potential for good and bad. Right? Once they're a human being. If you're going to talk about something outside of a human being, that's another conversation. Right? But listen to the man.
How you present yourself to me, how you carry yourself, how you conduct yourself, and how I judge you. I don't judge you from the tone of your skin. Mark Golding is blacker than most people that I've ever met.
What you say, my general? Mark Golding is blacker than most people he has ever met. Talk up the things, them, my boss.
I've seen him on many occasions, treading the track. As a matter of fact, when we went to Anatown recently, and George Bang and Mark Golding initiated the peace concept, I was there because I'm a humanitarian. I walk the walk with them. Because we want peace in our country, we want togetherness in our country, we want the bloodletting in our country to stop.
The man said more peace in the country. What is Andrew Holness in his actions, him and in parliament, through the whole campaign? What were they pushing? Separation. And if we don't think the separation done, we make a sad mistake. Just indulge me a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. Let me show you what I'm talking about, all right? Let just indulge me a little bit. All right? Like I told you, I have a lot I want to talk about. And most of the time, I be freestyling. Zulika. Right? Zulika Jess. Big her up. Let me show you how much they continue to create separation amongst the people. Right? Juliet Holness was in Santa Cruz recently. Yes? And I want to listen to this.
Hold on, I'm not check for something for you. No, I'm not for you. Hold on, I'm not check for something for you.
Somebody actually come up here.
Then you come and Santa, then they ask who you push for you come from and who you vote for.
What?
Santa, I Plaza, Juicy B, ask who you vote for when me come from, me can pardon. You say no one vote to me, say yes, who you vote for? You say Jess. The man say alright and wheel up back at the supermarket.
Oh my
You
God.
know, look, so, I'm going to say how Maurice know you drive past me.
Lord have mercy. Well, that's
I'm going to look over for them.
So, let me tell you something.
No, I'm not for you.
well, let me tell you, we always.
So that is Zulika Jess, right? And in her constituency, right, there's a trend happening with the labor rights them. From the head, Andrew Holness started off when he went out to do the assessment. I said it before, and the other day in Parliament, Mr. Floyd Morris said it. He said an opportunity was missed by the Prime Minister to show a real leadership in unity, right? Let me see, PMP team, to show a real leadership to unify the country. Let me see if we can find the exact part.
Mechanism, because I understand that the units, the modular homes, they are houses in terms of assisting the homeowners across this country, in terms would assist in clearing those roads that were cut off. Mr. President, I appreciate the tremendous search and rescue mission effort. And we, as a part of the opposition, support that call to the government by the Honorable Minister on Education. We are in this thing together because, Mr. President, the truth of the matter is that when the hurricane landed in Jamaica, it never looked or searched for the greens or the orange. It affected everybody.
Quite so.
The area, the affected parishes. And so, Mr. President, I am very disappointed.
Yes.
That initial effort was not seized upon by the Prime Minister.
Oh.
For the Greens.
Right, so.
If on that initial flight by the Prime Minister.
Wait, right, so. All right,
her to give support.
Listen to this. We make the argument a long time, but listen to Mr. Floyd Morris.
As we call for unity.
Yes.
I wondered where we would have been today.
Yes.
If on that initial flight.
Yes.
By the Prime Minister. To St. Elizabeth.
Yes.
If the leader of the opposition was with him. And the powerful signal is sent to this nation.
Yes.
That we are in this
thing together. So, ladies and gentlemen, everything lead back to Andrew Holness. Everything, the way how the MP them is moving, the way how his wife is moving, his wife go to Santa Cruz, them a give out care packages. And what happened? Them a ask people, not necessarily the wife per se, you know, but the people them a work around the wife. It is alleged, based off what the lady said, right, that they are asking people who they voted for. So this division is still being perpetuated by the government. And it started with the leader, right? Because the fact of the matter is, you have to go back right to the source, you know. You have to go back right to the source. Yes, you, the manager of these resources, has to ensure and make it categorically clear. And if any reports of those types of things happen, you have to take action towards people that are doing it. Whether it be MP or not, if they lose them work, they must be kicked out of the government immediately for being partisan in a time like this when every single person was affected. Not just PMP, not just JLP. So how dare you go into a constituency, one, not tell the MP that you're coming, Miss Juliet Holness, and you're not the only one that has done it. That is the first wrong move, because if you really were about uniting and being, you know, non-partisan, right, you would have called the MP would have toured with you, right? And then you would have given out the packages while the MP was there. It's simple respect. But this government cannot seem to show simple respect to their opposition. And I want to ask you the question. If they cannot show respect to their opposition, that is second in command to them, why do you think they're going to show respect and love for you, the citizens? Jamaica, we are in trouble. And it's God alone can get you out of this trouble. But we have to submit to God. Because if we don't, we're going to continue to suffer. How can you have a God that loves you so much, sending out warning and telling you, listen, if you want to come out of this predicament, what you need to do is this, and we continue to not do it? Make it make sense, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to give you another example of what I'm talking about in terms of a pattern with the government. Like I said, my name again, Mr. Dewey and Vaz. Yes, Dewey and Vaz. He reported on same, right? See it here, Dewey and Vaz. He reported on something similar. See it here? See it here?
You're a member of parliament for Central Westmoreland.
Yes.
Many of you would remember when I spoke in parliament the other day, accusing the minister and his ministry of politicizing the distribution of resources from the government.
Yes.
And they denied what I said. The Prime Minister even went on his high horse and tried to deny what was being said. But what I can say is that since then, the ministry has been down here twice without consultation with me, the member of parliament. They were here on Tuesday, and it was late in the evening when I was made aware that they were here distributing resources, even though the former member of parliament was informed and was there. Today,
you hear that? The former member of parliament, the one that lost, was given a phone call, but the one that is actually running the place. See, this is a pattern that has been going on with the Jamaica Labour Party. Remember when Everald Warmington said, no PMP now spend fee money, which was our tax dollars. Who remember? Or did we forget? Did we forget? Did we forget when Desmond Mackenzie said he will not surrender Jamaica to the PMP? Did we forget? This is a pattern with the Jamaica Labour Party. And I'm telling you, they're going to be exposed more and more, and God is going to take them down. And the plagues, more plagues are coming. There will be trouble, ladies and gentlemen. There will be trouble. As long as the Jamaica Labour Party is in power, there will be trouble. And if you don't think I lie, I tell, let me show you something. No, I don't want, it's them page, eh? We have to go open my next page. Yeah, man. Go open my next page, guy, right, you know. Oh, this bigger than Kingsley Health. Kingsley Health. Yeah. Packages are roll out. What? Cement for me.
Balance. Peace and love. Peace and love. Yeah, man. Peace and love.
Oh gosh, man. The man might roll out cement. Alright, I buck up on that. So I have to go highlight that bridge in there. I like that. I love that. Zine. Everybody I do them thing. Let me see. BOLO VNR. Alright. Bag of disrespecting, brother. Zane, but this are going to happen to them. This right as well.
But the judgment, and the Lord told me to tell the leader of this land that as long as they are in power, trouble is going to follow them. Right now.
As long as they are the leader of this land, trouble is going to follow them. You don't see what going on? You don't see trouble start and uptick. The man them curse, brother. Because of the lies, the deception, the evil, the wickedness. Man, them dead about them are like Kiangla, all bag of things, brother. You understand what I say? We can't go on like so we want to ignore these things while we see it happening. Cannot ignore it. I'm going to find back that exact video they were passed at the end of that yellow shirt there. I eat this? I eat this? Let me see.
What the Lord is revealing to me pertaining to this present government is that there will be constant war among them.
Alright, I think I ate this. I think I ate that. When you have the afro. Yeah, man. I ate this, man. Yeah, man. I ate this.
Contacted. They are calling me. Interviews are coming. people are inspecting the prophecies, the visions that the Lord has given unto me for the nation of Jamaica. And we've all seen the manifestation. Only the evil ones from the evil territory still saying that I'm false and I'm fake and I'm an imposter. However, that's their conclusion, that's their opinion. Hallelujah. But we've got to talk a little about the local government election and what has been happening since the conclusion. And we see where there was a fight for the KSSC that is down in Kingston. And they said that they have won, yet I think it's Winston Ennis who withdrew himself from that position and expressed that he wants to protect his character, his moral integrity, his family, etc. Then another video was done, which psychological, those who work in the psychological realm know that either he has been threatened, because the tone of voice is saying that the last video that Winston Ennis did, he was threatened. He was threatened, I don't know by whom, for him to reinstate himself, but he's not comfortable. But the judgment, and the Lord told me to tell the leader of this land that as long as they are in power, trouble is going to follow them. Right now.
On the air. As long as Andrew Holness in power, trouble is going to follow them. God is not with this administration, ladies and gentlemen. Let's continue.
The minister himself was in central Westmoreland without consulting with me as a member of parliament, distributing resources, and guess where? At the house of a labor rights activist in Savlamar.
Wow.
That is where they were today, distributing the resources from the government. No consultation with me, as usual, but yet they claim that they are not politicizing the distribution of resources. I am saying what the minister and the ministry is doing must stop right now. This is not about PNP or JLP.
Sorry about that.
We're trying our best to reach everybody in this disaster. We know the place was devastated. People need help. It is not time now to be trying to pick out who is who or trying to look props from distributing resources. So what I'm saying going forward, we would appreciate if the minister would make consultation with me and my team when you're coming in or when you're going to distribute any resources from the government. Dwayne Vaz here.
So, on a year. So this, me telling you, say Andrew Holness government is a weapon that is farmed against Jamaica, and I think I joke me, I mean. Right? From him own movements, he set the tone. First thing him do I go away, St. Elizabeth and tell us in Canada and Westmoreland. And then Wafi, because the media, the overseas media was there, was pontificating, big word. Zane, as if, oh, you know, gentlemen, you know that if I was able to land, my friend, I would have landed in Westmoreland. Lie. Lie, Mattel. Them still a play politics same way. You hear me, I tell you? I just treat it stink. If overseas media never there, no people know Westmoreland would not suffer. You hear me, I tell you, say? If the overseas media was not covering this and talking about the fact that Westmoreland are straight orange and the ruling party never win there, you think say I feel hospital would have reach Westmoreland and all of these things? Right now, some of my comrades them not even want to send the money through the government because them feel like say, yo, the thing them now gonna reach the people them, brother. You hear me, I tell you? That is the reality. So when I hear this gen come on the screen talking about the symbolism of the chain, you remember the picture with a Mark Golding and the Rastaman and the chain, mommy? Yes. When I try to say Mark Golding with a master mark, yes. More you listen to that brethren there. Him and the Rastaman. The man say, he wanted Mark Golding to unlock the chain because Andrew Holness are holding the government holding the people for several years. May I go play it back? May I play it back from the start? And this man will book up another video. Listen to this.
Asking me what was the purpose of the change. So apparently it was overheard by David Campbell. And he asked me, what is the purpose of the change? And I said to him, for 7 years, the Andrew Holness regime, or the Andrew Holness government, had us under bondage. That's what I said. And then the rest is history.
So from then on, somebody went to Mr. Golden.
I don't know if you got the key, but apparently I gave them the key because I have the key.
Okay, so who did you give it?
I gave one of the associate the key.
Okay.
Right, so that you could have the lock. So you could unlock the lock.
Did you want him to unlock it?
Yes, I wanted him.
Why?
Why? It's because I'm a Michael man.
And Michael Manley was a white man?
Yes, I'm a Michael Manley man. I love the very core of Michael Manley stands for and what he's done for people. I don't see color. I see the contents of one's color. How you present yourself to me, how you carry yourself, how you conduct yourself, and how I judge you. I don't judge you from the tone of your skin. Mark Golding is blacker than most people that I've ever met.
Mark Golding is blacker than most people that I've ever met. And that the man saying, the man said, I don't see the content, I don't see the color of a man's skin, I see the content of his character. Your deeds. Isn't that the way that Jesus wants us to do it, ladies and gentlemen? Isn't that the right way, guys? So if you labor right, they not follow this. You know, so they not go on good. You know, so them not ready. You know, say that devil them a follow, they not follow God. Because this campaign of them a campaign over Mark Golding being a white man. Absolute rubbish. Me say it already, I say it again. White men and women were responsible for helping black people in the Underground Railroad. So not every white man or white woman is bad people. And that's just the truth of the matter. So it is quite ridiculous and unintelligent and just mischievous, evil and wicked of the Jamaica Labour Party to have campaigned against Mark Golding's skin color when there are so many of them in their party that are not black. Right? Daryl Vaz, many of them over there that support that party, them are not black people. And all of them don't want to lose their visa to America, but them a fight black, them a fight the white man. Make it make sense. They are so scared of losing their visa that they would not dare stand up to Netanyahu at the UN and say, you are wrong for unaliving women and children. This is no longer a war. This is genocide. They are so scared of standing up and saying that, or even having a silent vote to vote against Netanyahu. Right? The man is such a weak jellyback in a leadership. You can push them around all about the place. No, and let me tell you something. If you don't think you lie, me I tell me play this. Me I go show you how much the man them cannot afford to lose them visa. What that video there? Mighty God, where is it? Let me find it. Let me find it. Let me find it. What him name? My man from Nationwide. What that video there, the Father God? Where is that video? Trust me, I'm gonna find it. Ah, here it is.
We cannot. He's going to run matter damage, as he has been doing, and matter damage. But Holness and Johnson Smith have to take care of Jamaica's best interest while extending support and solidarity, remember that word, solidarity with the people of Gaza and Palestine. We can't do it in a way that is confrontational and adversarial. So this man was not given for anything but vengeance and transaction. And let me put it bluntly. You will simply say, Jamaica, okay, I'm going to take away the visas. Okay? And take away the Jamaican visa. Which government in Jamaica could survive if it is a situation where it is fraudulently because of the action or what you have said, you now occasion America taking away Jamaicans' visa. Jamaicans would be angry. And there's a few things that we covet more than our precious American visa. And he is quite prepared to use that. What is my take on it?
I am momentarily rendered speechless. And as I gather my thoughts, let me tell you why I was momentarily rendered speechless. This man equated being cautious so as to one, keep political power, because if they stood up and did the right thing, which is walk out when Netanyahu was speaking, which is vote for peace when the vote was happening at the UN with the 193 countries, it could jeopardize Jamaicans' visa. So, in essence, Jamaican having a visa to go to the United States, in his purview, and JLP maintaining power as a political party is more important than taking a stance against what is wrong.
We cannot.
So, you don't understand what I talk about. Here, that is it.
I've seen him on many occasions treading the track. I'm not sure when you went to Anatone recently, and George Bang and Mark Odin initiated the peace concept. I was there because I'm a humanitarian. I walk the walk with them because we want peace in our country. We want togetherness in our country. We want the bloodletting in our country to stop. And that is what has puked my stomach to even further wear this chain, because the chain is heavy.
Now, in terms of peace in Jamaica, remember when there was a protest at Sam Sharp? Andrew Holness went on a political platform and told his people to go out there and protest against the protests. He even told them to protest in their workplace. Mash up people's business. How are you going to protest in your workplace? You know, mash up people's business, sir? Meanwhile, your protest is supposed to do your work. Andrew Holness said that, you know, because he made an effort to continue to separate the people of Jamaica more than they are already separated. As a matter of fact, I'll take it a step further. When you talk about bloodletting, Andrew Holness called for a meeting in a halfway tree when he knew that on that same day, Mark Golding already for weeks set up a meeting, a political meeting at Crossroads. And because Mark Golding, the white man, that is not an evil person like Andrew Holness, that wants to protect all citizens of Jamaica and not have them have conflict with each other, Mark Golding humbly canceled his meeting or postponed it until a later date, because Andrew Holness knew exactly what he was doing when he wanted to keep that meeting in halfway tree. That would have ended up in, I'm telling you, conflict straight up and down between the PMP and the JLP, no doubt about it. But God said no. God said no, ladies and gentlemen. God said no. Because you see, Andrew Holness is going to be taken out by God himself. Yes, all conditions that are created for Andrew Holness to exit office is all orchestrated by the Almighty God. Joe, I know what you're doing. And I'm telling you, I said this from September 3rd, ladies and gentlemen. Watch God work, because the truth is like oil, you know. It's going to rise above the water. It's going to be at the top of the water. That's not what you're doing. It has to surface. Right now, they are trying to cover the truth, which is oil, with a bunch of water. Just cloud it and try to cover it with water. But as days pass by and hours and minutes, the Andrew Holness regime, and I say regime for a specific reason, right? Because you can see the dictatorship forming. Yes, but God said no. God said no, ladies and gentlemen.
People in this country, a lot of people are afraid to come forward and talk about the weight that is on their neck. I'm not afraid. Marcus Garvey,
you know how long ago that? And now we have more weight per our neck because we just get a disaster a while ago, a judgment from God. And Andrew Holness is another judgment with his handling of the disaster, interfering with the ODPEM, him and his government. I dare say weakening it, quite incompetent, in my opinion.
You're afraid of men who are earnest and not afraid of consequences.
Wearing the chain was sending a message to the Jamaica Labour Party.
We're sending a message to the people of Jamaica. It's time for them to open up their eyes and see what is happening around them and make the decision that they see. Who do you want to lead? You want someone who's concerned about your welfare, or you don't want someone who's concerned about your welfare?
Yeah, what the man say? Who do you want to lead you? Someone that's concerned about your welfare or someone that is not concerned about your welfare? Ladies and gentlemen, you don't need glasses to see Andrew Holness not care about your welfare. The people them down at St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, all over the island, how much days them take for car food come moving up. The man all tell lie, so there's no need. I mean, can see a lie now that there's no need for ID and TRN in the initial stages. When Mr. Isaac Buchanan come out 3 times on 3 different occasions we mean know about, and let it be known that it is a protocol by the government. Right? I did a video on that, ladies and gentlemen. I want to encourage you guys to go and watch that video. All that are here right now. Right? Watch this video. Wait there. You see this video? Oh my God. ID and TRN for relief aid who lied and why they lied. Right, that's so. Go watch that full video. You hear me, people? All right. Moving on.
You remember that the
Like up the live, guys. Like up the live.
referred to him as Massa Ma, and you know that this is how the Massa was the man who was in charge of the city. He was the Massa to the masses. It happened on Sunday. Today is Tuesday. In hindsight, do you see anything wrong with that kind of imagery, or would you have done it again?
That's $1 million question. Would I have done it again? For the over 50, because this is important now, for the over 15,000 children that has been missing between 2010 to 2020. We don't know where they are. We don't know if they're murdered. We don't know if they're human trafficking.
People, want to hear that? 15,000 children from 2010 to 2020 was missing in Jamaica. We don't know if they're gone for human trafficking. We don't know. I have yet to hear the government come out and focus a task force on 1, preventing children from being abducted, and 2, heightening the penalty of those found to abduct children, and 3, actually finding the children that were abducted. I have never heard any press conference this is an emergency in a country where not enough children are being produced anyway. So when you have 15,000 of those that were produced being abducted, kidnapped, missing, what do you think is going to happen to the country? The people are the greatest resource. And this government is like they don't understand that, because if they did, they would have been helping the people in St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, Hanover, St. James, Trelawney, St. Mary, East Portland, all areas affected all over the island. They would have been helping them to get back on their feet faster, instead of making statements like it is not the government's responsibility to feed everybody after a freaking hurricane category 5. Huh? That is one of the statements that Andrew Holness is said to have made to Isaac Buchanan. It is not the government's responsibility to feed everybody. And you telling me that Andrew Holness is somebody that cares about the people? That's what you want to tell me. But them give people 15 years for tie gun. Make it make sense. Thank you, Martha. Make it make sense. Where is the energy for the children that has been kidnapped? The thousands of children. Isn't that an alarming statistic, ladies and gentlemen? Almost 5 children a year. No, sorry. My apologies. You may talk about 5. When I divide 20 into 15,000, what you get? 10, 2010, 10 into 15,000, you get? Now 1,500. 1,500 children on average per year from 2010 to 2020 has been abducted, missing, can't find, case still open. And you're telling me that that is not a cause for imminent concern? Like the first 3 years, you're supposed to go, wait a minute. Whoa, what is going on here? What is this? Right? Let's continue.
Again, we don't know if the human sacrifice. 15,000 children has been missing and unaccounted for from 2010 to 2020. Since the beginning of this year, what is the crime stat? Maybe over 800 people murdered already. Before the 4th of September, over 800 teachers sent in their resignation. I'm an intelligent man. They say if you can read this, thank a teacher. These things pop up. A dead pregnant mother lying on her back, those imagery, permanent etched in my mind. A 16-year-old youth, father, a complete family murdered. But that way the chain again? For those reasons? Yes.
Did you ask that Mr. Golden?
See you what I'm saying? He might give you examples of the symbolism of the chain of a government of Andrew Holness. All the things that you see happening are children missing, the crime rate going up, people suffering, can't find food to eat, right? All of these things the chain represent. And Mark Golden was the one, and obviously with God's authority, if you come cut and break the chain. Right? So the man I said he would do it again. Nothing is wrong with the imagery as long as you have the right context to the image. Period.
The one to pull the
I didn't ask the question specifically.
No, did you tell them that you wanted him?
Yeah, I wanted him.
Your preference for him as against Dr. David Campbell?
Why would I give the key to someone who wouldn't be in a position to make changes? You have to give the key to someone.
Whoa, you see the wisdom. Because even the girl we asked the question seemed like she racist too, you know. Why wouldn't you give the key to Dr. Dayton Campbell? The mother said, why would I give the key to somebody that cannot affect change? It's not about him skin color. Mark Golden is the leader of the opposition. Mark Golden is the leader of the People's National Party. You don't go to a kingdom and give the chancellor the mandate. You have to speak to the king. When a prophet goes to a kingdom, who him talk to? You think him talk to nobody below the king? You have to talk to the king. King, this is how God say. And make sure so you do the right thing. Or else. Moving on. You don't talk to no local guy. You want to make sure say, and no disrespect to Mr. Dr. Dayton Campbell. I'm not saying he's a little guy. I am saying there's a chain of command and you want to go to the top of the chain. not second, third, fourth, fifth. The man is absolutely right. You go to the person that can affect the change. We don't look at skin color. Suppose the prophet was to operate the same way. The prophet of God, the men and women of God. God give a mandate, go and talk to the president. The president is white, but because he's white, they want to talk to the black man. That is his second in command, and not the president. So we are doing disobey God, madness. Because of your own what? Prejudice? Madness. You go give the man the message and him name the message. And the message don't reach the man. I blood that by your hands, because God I got pissed off, you know. You feel what I'm saying? It don't make any sense what they're actually positing. And the question them ask over and over are just nonsense. And the man just expose them more and more. It is very simple. The content of the man's character, not the color of his skin. Focus on his character. Point blank, period.
Who's in a position to make changes. Giving Mark Golden the key is also further reminding him that we're struggling with suffering. When you get into power, Mark, don't forget, we are here suffering and struggling.
What about him that makes you see him as that person that can remove the change or make it lighter for a better word?
Remember, we only have two political parties that are trying for the number one position. Between Mark Golden and Mr. Holness. If he's breathing down our neck, then what would I do to keep her?
So basically, we have limited choices, miss. Andrew Holness has so 5 people and Mark Golden at the opposition. So we can't get Andrew a key. You get it now? But we see if she can ask our next question.
It's obvious. Next choice should be no.
Obvious.
Plus, I am a Michael Manley man. Something about Michael Manley. Mark Golden. He must have learned something along the line about this great leader that even Jamaica Labour Party supporters see him as the best prime minister that ever come out of Jamaica.
And
coming about
very excellent point. And he was a white man. And them see him as the best prime minister ever. I think even Bruce Golding follow Michael Manley. Andrew Holness, I believe his father was a Manleyite and name him Michael Andrew Holness or Andrew Michael Holness. So you see the impact what Michael Manley had on the people of Jamaica. Because of what he did for the people. He walked with the people. He didn't act as if he was more than the people. A lot of these politicians act like they're more than the people. Down at downtown, you hear what the lady saying at the video we played yesterday? The politician, them drive past the sewage water and wind up their window. Them don't stop. Them know the situation and then don't make no calls on behalf of the people. And say, listen, why am I driving? Why are the people in downtown? Sewage water is piling up and packing up. This is an unhealthy situation. The people must sell food. Who is responsible? We need to get this situation fixed immediately. Sometimes I one phone call the politician, them have to make it up. Why nobody never make the phone? They don't care.
Friend views on the symbolism of what they saw. This white man cutting a chain.
But they kept saying he placed the chain around, man. That's not true.
Okay. Right.
You hear that? You hear that? They said Mark Golden placed the chain around his neck. That's not true. Daniel, how you doing? You hear that? Mighty God, what a wicked evidence to them people. I lie them tell about Marky Gina. The whole campaign, them a campaign for this picture here and about Master Mark and Dirty. Everyone want me to come talk about slave master and antecedents. When we find out the film people them have slave master too. Film great people them a slave master too. We have a much slave. Only thing say white people alone they have slave. Only thing you go learn the history. I mean I talk about in America and Jamaica. Only thing say white people alone they have slave. Only make a sad mistake. That me I tell you no.
I bought as a symbol of my people. So it was never given to me.
Right, and this is not something that the people in PNP knew about.
No, they didn't know before. No, until I got there, no, they didn't know anything about it.
And
I want that to be categorically clear.
Yes.
That they had nothing to do with that, my decision.
Yeah.
Wearing a chain around my neck.
Yes, and it was.
So the PNP has been dissolved of any involvement in this whole skit more than he asked Mark Golding to unlock the lock. That is it. They had no prior knowledge about this particular skit that the Rastaman did. And the man said, I want to make it categorically clear. Why was this not brought up? Why may I tell us, hey?
It was your choice.
My soul and my choice.
Right.
I wasn't forced at gunpoint or anything.
Yes.
It was a way of me expressing myself. It's the way of me reminding myself of what has been happening.
What is your message to all of the persons who see this as something negative or who see this as something that
very beautiful
should not have?
Okay, a lot of people are saying it's disrespectful, it is distasteful, it is unpatriotic. Don't you think that the many children and the murdering of our children and the women is distasteful, is disrespectful of our country and our women, our children moving out, our teachers moving out of Jamaica at an alarming rate? Funny that we have so much people concerned about a symbolic chain that held us captive, and the chains are still there. Invisible chain. Remember that on the Marcus Garvey said, it wasn't Bob Marley, emancipate yourself from Indian slavery. None of ourselves can free.
Yo, I love the Rasta bridge there. The wisdom. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. So they have misguided rage. They are more concerned about a picture than the realities that are being faced by the people of Jamaica. That's what the man is saying, you know. The 15,000 kids that were missing. All the women that are being raped in Jamaica. The young, the females, the underaged. All the young men that are being unalived in the street by both gangsters and the police. Right? All of these things, the corruption in the government. Why had none of these people in the JLP was outraged when Andrew Holness statutory declaration report came out? Non-certified. Why weren't they enraged about the potential of massive level of corruption? Possibly money laundering, potential money laundering. In that, the report suggested, based off the movement of money, it mirrored that of money laundering and stuff like that. I'm not saying it's money laundering, you know. I'm saying the possibility, the potential. Look up what they mean. It means that after investigation, it's quite possible that it could be yielded that those things were happening. Quite possible. But I'm not saying that's what happened because I don't know. Right? Why weren't they outraged by this? Why weren't they angry about Andrew Holness having a charity, which he said was not really a charity, but people could have misled it to be a charity, put their money in there, and then him use the money from the charity that is not a charity to invest in their own business? Why weren't they outraged about this? Why weren't they outraged about Andrew Holness taking his best friend and business partner, our friend and business partner, and actually putting him into the two organizations in his office that deals with the very thing that they're in business about, real estate? Why was nobody outraged? I told you that this government and Andrew Holness is the weapon that has formed against the people of Jamaica, and this man was clearly demonstrating that with the shackles and saying, yo, Marky G, we need to pull them shackles here, General. But Jamaica dropped the ball on September 3rd. But all in God's plan. Because who can hear them have a feel? And Hurricane Melissa was the first. Hurricane Melissa was the catalyst of everything else that is to come in terms of judgment to Jamaica. Watch and you will see, as the prophet says, Apostle Jeffrey Shuttleworth. Watch and you will see Jamaica.
It was Bob Marley who said that. They tried to give him that glory. He said that Marcus Garvey.
Marcus Garvey.
And Marcus Garvey also said, God and nature made us, but we, through our own creative genius, make ourselves who we want to be.
I tell you, man. I tell you, boy. I tell you, hey, yo. I'm glad to find that clip there. I shouldn't even know. People are positive. This right here is a positive. Yeah, man.
We said we were not leaving Jamaica until you had a house standing. Step down.
See it there? Flat.
What you need to make it a little better, you guys can Uncle.
You hear what the man say? Man say need a little zinc.
Until you have.
Man say need a little zinc. Lord have mercy.
Standing. Step down.
This is where you're sleeping now. What you need to make it a little better, you guys can give me some more. Uncle, just look at it. He's just looking at like, we have a piece. Oh, very good. You're welcome inside.
Thank the Lord. Yes, Uncle.
On the ear what the man say, the first thing the man do was give praises to God. And that's why I share that video. First thing the man do was give praises to God. Listen to this, there's more.
You know? Yes, I can see good evening.
Yeah.
No, no, see the Uncle, he needs to drive properly. He was put in my window.
He used to be your window. Now, Uncle, come show them your new
window.
Yeah, show them it down.
Yo, the tarpaulin used to be the man in the window when Hurricane Melissa gone. Boy, when Hurricane Melissa leaked and gone about our business.
You are the first architect in Jamaica.
I don't know if this man is them uncle for true, but them people are, I believe them are some celebrity or something, you know. Musician or something.
To build a house from foundation up in 3 days. How did you make sure that Uncle's house is secure?
First, we started out with a concrete foundation and reinforced concrete foundation. As you see, we heard that it's a water-prone area, elevated this foundation. The roof now, we did not do any splicing with that. We said no, it's more secure, it's harder to rot or the wind to lift it because we also use the hurricane clamps.
So you hear that? Uncle get some hurricane clamps on him house now. Him get some hurricane clamps on him house. If you notice how them build it, you see the board here, so it actually is like it merged in the cement. So that even more reinforcement. See that? You see that? Yo, that bad, you know? Yo, this bad. Me not lie. So like the wind can't really catch on at the zinc too much if you say lift it up. So yeah, it's a good look. The man starts singing. Watch out. On my table, shoes on my feet. You gave me your love, Lord, and a fine family. Thank you, Lord, for your blessings on me.
Congratulations.
Hey, man, I tell you, this touch my heart, man, when I hear the man sing, and I give praises to God in the video. And we have it, brother, we have it. Make sure, say, we give God the glory we deserve. Because if we don't, God go wrath. We have to recognize the mercy we gotta show we. Because if we don't, God go wrath. Tell me, I'm telling you. But this was good. This was good. You know? We need to see 10,000 more videos like that. 10,000 more people where I get help. You understand? But pestilence.
Born again believers, cry out like you've never cried out before.
Judgment.
For the plagues will intensify across Jamaica until Jamaica bows before me. I see hospitals being inundated, and especially with what's happening already, there is...
What does inundate mean? Pretty much overwhelmed, but I'm going to show you. MC hospitals being inundated. Inundated. Inundated, overwhelmed. See there? You know, say, we kind of alright in a bright part of things. Sometime. Yeah, man. Inundated mean overwhelmed people. So, when him see the hospitals being inundated, it means that they're overwhelmed. Whole heap of people are go there. All I outbreak them. Leptospirosis, all type of thing. The plague them we are going to Jamaica. The water contaminated, right? By all type of thing. And people are drinking and bathe with it. Hospitals them is going to be inundated, overwhelmed. Too much people and can't manage. Zane, watch for the month of December. Listen.
Not enough place or spaces. The healthcare practitioners are being overworked.
Stress out.
Working long hours. Brace yourself for more health-related issues. As the plagues intensify, I hear flu-like symptoms. And I see lots and lots of people seeking medical attention. Lots and lots of people with breathing issues.
Breathing. Wow.
As we go into December. So the Lord said, pray. For I shall continue to speak to Pharaoh through plagues.
Our Pharaoh. When me telling you say Jamaica I go constantly under problem because of Andrew Holness. So you think a joke? The man said God say gonna speak to Pharaoh using plague. So them have to kneel and bow to the Most High, and if they don't, the aftermath is something that we don't want to see, ladies and gentlemen. You hear me? I tell you, that at the entire Jamaica, the Lord asks you 3 days of fasting, prayer, mourning, and repentance. And them the 2-day prayer. Them is out of order. Them is out of order. Them have violated the Most High.
And not just Pharaoh, but the people of Jamaica.
You hear that? All right.
For the nation of Jamaica must bow before me, said the Lord, for 3 consecutive days. The nation must be locked down, and I must, hallelujah, be worshipped, yes, through purposeful, as it were, prayer. 3 days of national mourning, fasting, prayer, and repentance. Jamaica must bow before me. The month of December shall be unlike any other December you have ever experienced, said the Lord.
Oh, I box I do it. Come here, I wonder why the phone are shake so. At the box I do it. The base on the box.
Hallelujah. Pray against the rise in suicide.
Mighty God.
Not just among adults, but among children.
Jesus.
Not just among children, but among the elderly. Pray against the rise in homicides. For I see an upshot or an uptick in suicide, and not just suicide, but homicides. In other words, murders, violent crime. harden his heart,
hey,
and the people continue to rebel, I shall increase the plagues upon Jamaica.
Why people? Me can't tell you say. Even this Virginia.
You can't stay there and tell yourself everything good and all is well, yeah? Why you see them both, me sorry for worry each other. I'm sorry, but why you get caught in a too much fuckery. But me can tell you the Jamaicans, you can go and stand there, yeah?
Thank you.
I feel like say all is well. One thing I know, anybody with trouble with them not forget trouble or get involved in where them get involved in, rata bring up on the country. You hear me, I tell you no? Anybody who got trouble with them not for trouble or pick up with them not for pick up, rata bring up on the country. When you hear me, I tell you no? When you hear me, I tell you no? Put it back. Leave it alone. Go and tell yourself, say, yo, you're not going to be a part of what going on out here. And one thing I know them tell me from where I grew up, granny, I always tell we, old people tell we, it's when you dig hole, dig two. One for you, and one for who you dig hole for. You see, anybody who got trouble with them not for trouble, pick up with them not for pick up. Yeah, say me never tell you no. Jamaica, listen, you know. And the end of the story this, you know. More is yet to come. I wonder if you notice how it slowly be 80 and that style. When you can blood fleet go on there. And stay there and play fool, yeah? All who trouble with them not for trouble, put it back. Not for no. Can't say me never tell you no. Regular scenario go on again, you know. And you look regular shooting, regular stabbing, raping and robbing. Bigger than that I go on here now. The thing turn up now. You hear me I tell you no? Higher places and higher things are happening out here now. Can't say me never tell you no. Put it back.
Why may I tell you, all the regular people wanting to come from? People can feel it, bro. What you say? The tadpole, yeah, man, Mary, yeah, we see it. Me show it. Ryan Campbell, what's up, bro?
Mr. Holness, sir, you really send Pernell Charles out here to come and tell the Jamaican people that those who suffer the hands of Melissa must have them relatives put them up until you sort out Austin solution, you call wicked man. Like you don't understand, so Melissa gone with relatives and everybody things. You want the people them to go pack up in a sardine tin in our one room where don't have nothing already? You want the people them to go pack up in where them don't have Mr. Holness, where you don't send some buses down the country and tell the people them to load up as many people as them can load up on the bus and go put in at the $800 million house where you have, sir, where we money, taxpayers' money bill. Why you not pack up the people them in there? The hotel down at St. Anne's Bay where Jamaican people pay tax for. Why you don't send the people them down there, go and live a little bit? The places that will pay $400 million for a year were still not occupied until today. Why you don't send for the people them and let the people them go stay in there? Wicked evil man. Mr. Holness, sir, your relatives and everybody things. You want the people them to go pack up in a sardine tin in our people that load up as many people as.
No, we more. Now man don't still get paid for empty buildings. And that more on the way now. Because what she just mentioned a while ago, now me I remember the two tax buildings them were empty. That we are paying money to. I want to know if the money they still pay every month. I have to do a video for this. This serious?
Them can load up on the bus and go put in at the $800 million house where you have, sir, where we money, taxpayers' money bill. Why you not pack up the people them in there? The hotel down at St. Anne's Bay where Jamaican people pay tax for. Why you don't send the people them down there, go and live a little bit? The places that will pay $400 million for a year were still not occupied until today. Why you don't send for the people them and let the people them go stay in there? Wicked evil man. No art, man. Mr. Holness, I don't understand how you born without art. Sir, on the kidney and liver you have? Wicked evil man, you know that you never have no housing solution. You know you don't plan nothing for the people. It's the next line of sufferation that you put in the people. And Jesus Christ, how much money you get in the country? You can buy 200,000 container house and put on and let the people them go in there for temporary housing. You come talk about and sell them. I say, you're an evil, wicked man. So all the must go to relatives to pack them up, Mr. Holness. When you say you have a solution, forgive us some of the container house them. That is just a damn lie again. I sell all of them. Look a lion, wicked man. Jesus Christ, I can't bother with Mr. Holness. Mr. Holness, you're stressing me out, yo. You're stressing me out, sir. What a wicked man. What the Jamaican people done to this evil man? And Pernell Charles, you have the guts come out here, come tell the Jamaican people that. Mr. Holness, let me tell you this, me personally, I got friends, Satan. So you see when your day come and you reach a hell, me I tell Satan to move the ladder. You're not supposed to walk on the ladder go down a hell, Mr. Holness. You're supposed to jump down there and the 3-teeth fox supposed to run in your ass. He's a wicked man. And not just in the 3-teeth fox. The hot one with the duppy with Satan having at the fire. He's an evil man. You have to feel the pickles of hell. Jesus of mercy, no man. I'm tired of that man here now.
Wow.
I'm tired of Mr. Holness. I need to rest. I'm tired of you, sir. Jesus Christ, Mr. Holness, you really see the people, them relatives to put them up? Where are the relatives when everybody get damaged?
That more I know.
Oh my God.
But what like say him know people them situation like so. I want to think more that people. I want to think more that. Lord God, what's your person? Alright. We can't do no music.
Pirates, yes, they.
Lord have mercy.
Yes, ma'am, sir, you're right. The Prime Minister is doing his best to torture and avoid and inflict more wounds on the Jamaican people. Yes, he's doing his best and hurting the Jamaican people when him take up him damn self when him gonna G20 summit. Yeah, he has no damn right to go anywhere. He should be sticking with the people in this country. The fact that we're still hungry, we're still thirsty. Babies are still out there crying and him claims them here, the baby them in them head a cry. The babies are still crying. People are still homeless. People are still marooned off. Him still hide up the damn food them. So how dare he gonna pick up him damn self gonna G20 summit when him could basically get someone, wrote a speech, give it to them and say, you know what, go and stand for me. The world know what Jamaica had gone through. So we gone through a devastation and a catastrophe mode. Yeah. So at the end of the day, they didn't expect to see Mr. Holness there because they know what is happening in his country. They know what was happening to his people. So why is he there? Because he's doing everything in his power to avoid the people, to punish us more, to hurt us more. Evil. You come telling me about he's doing his best to hurt us, his best to abandon us some more. Calm down, London. Calm down. And then you come talking about move on. Do I look like I stuck in somewhere? Do I look like I stuck somewhere? The only place I stuck right now is my memory. Because I want to change my memory to make sure that I forget about Mr. Holness, because Mr. Holness is driving me mad. The evil things that he's doing to these people, the evil things that he's doing to my country, and I cannot deal with it. So that is the only place I stuck in a bad memory that I'm trying and telling myself, oh my God, it's a dream. Telling me about move on from where? Calm down. Someone should have gone there to take notes. Why someone didn't go in representing him? Okay, and take notes so they can come back and let you know what he needed to do, so forth and so on. But no, because he want to get rid of the people and he want to get a break from us. He gone along with his daughters and freaking Bigfoot. Yes, ma'am, sir, you're right.
Message to them directly. Is there a call? Where there be a call for areas not yet touched, people not yet touched?
Flash Jamaica News. Mr. Holness. Sir, morning. I wake up to one of your foot class then in an inbox telling me that Mr. Golding, right? Want $50 million to spend
oh, Mr. Golding wants $50 million for the fix-up community. And his waste, he going to waste the money. And there are other important things in this country to do. Let me tell you something, brother. What is more important in this country to take care of than the citizens of this country? You is one of the idiots that don't have no sense. And I cannot understand why you guys have such a sharp memory, because it seems like you all forget that the Prime Minister who is leading the Jamaican people right now is not fit to lead the people legally because he's under investigation for illicit enrichment. You know what part of illicit enrichment is what? The money of this country, taxpayers' money, in use help enrich himself. That's why I can't declare status. See there, we're approaching the end of 2025. Okay, and he might have a next status to declare. It's not going to be declared because guess what happened? He cannot explain how he come by his wealth. Yep. And if me and you have sense, we don't know say a sticky finger cause it. And he's taken from the Jamaican people. This is why he cannot declare his status. So I don't understand why somebody willing to help the country and help the people, and you are going to say he must remember he's not the leader, he's the opposition, and how he want to waste money. So you guys rather to know that Mr. Holness continue illicit enriching himself while the people of this country are starved. Yep. Then the people get help. You don't have mental problem.
No joke about it, mama. Mentally sick people. That's true. But this was an interesting video. This was from 2024. Listen to this.
Talk your mother again, Andrew Holness. Bradley, me, Daniel, Kyle Porter. Sterling Castle Heights, me live. Reddy's PO, I tell you that again. I have big old Andrew Holness.
Jamaican man, Danielle Porter, disrespect. Jamaican Prime Minister Andrew Holness for allegedly selling out his brother gas station, property to foreign country, and he doesn't sit well with the end result.
Andrew Holness, you know why me I tell him go suck your mother this morning? Me look on some trophy from my brother business. So we are run from 2005 to 2020. What you know? Look at this. Big brother Andrew Holness. What is it? Million Gallon Club Award. We are get them award from 2015 go straight to 2020. Watch out. You help lock down the gas station. And you sell gas station rights to Mr. Chill. But scammer the Andrew Holness. And my brother run that place there, you know. Ask anybody a color low bed, Riverton, Waterhouse, Seed, whole life surrounding Garris today. I know my bum buckle and millions, I see my brother dash you down there. Batty man Andrew Holness, because suck your mama. I don't like bum buckle. My license.
Sorry for you bag about them, but that was interesting.
Suck your mother.
2024, listen up. 2024, one life is still alive. And them bagger mother business the way I tell Andrew. Last time a man tell Andrew about him mother, police will take him up on in bed, you know. So you know want nothing normal though. Yeah, in a real life. Yeah, I true, I don't lie. Who remember? On them bed, the man them go film him and embarrass him. Anyway, Pada Draw TV. This is a story.
You know who else was in the hotel room?
Listen to this.
Real?
The weapon that is formed against Jamaica is Andrew. And Christopher Tufton no different, you know. Me telling you, say, them are 1A and 1B. So you see, me personally could have never trust or put any type of support behind a Christopher Tufton. He's a wicked man. Look at this.
You know who else was in the hotel room? People wondered how I spotted her. She was my very good friend, so anywhere Lindsay is, I can spot her. Anywhere Lindsay is, I will be able to spot Punani.
Ben Punani?
Yes, man. Ben Punani was in the hotel room with him as well.
What I say?
Who is that in the background?
Mighty God. We need a divine intervention. Yo, so y'all tell me say this was recently? Listen to this.
In the nation.
Yes.
He's addressing the nation on Ben Spunani. He's addressing the nation and look there. What can go so? Who is in the background?
So, Christopher Tufton, after a market meeting come out, you was vindicated. So, you can't just, you don't have to hide no more. And how much more contracts you gonna get from the ministry while being friends with you? How much more contracts you gonna get? How much more millions are gonna waste it? You know how much would I love to get back that $85 million there to help out the people them down so we get hit. You know how much? Hey man, I tell you, say Jamaica, you better wake up, you know.
Who is that? Who is that, Jamaica? Who is that?
A few days ago, this is, that's something I hear.
Who is that, Jamaica? In the hotel.
Yes,
and the health minister talking to the technocrats and the people about what he wants to happen in this crisis. Who is that in the hotel room?
Wow.
Who is that, Jamaica? That is what you have paid for.
That's what you pay for.
All out! Whoa! Yo.
That's no vote for.
We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Ben Spunani, Jamaica. Ben Spunani, this is what I tell you about. They don't care. They have no common decency.
My God. Wow.
No common decency. Can you imagine how his wife tonight, Nadine Tufton, feels?
Boy, I'm not even think about that.
They have separated, they have not divorced.
I don't really busy about his personal life. But my tax dollars being affected by him having a relationship with this lady is the only thing with me. I don't busy about them. They could have jumped off a moon together. I don't care. But we need back 85 million.
Can you imagine how Nadine Tufton feels, the wife? Can you imagine tonight, Jamaica, how Nadine Tufton feels?
What the patting are going? What the patting are going? My people. This not normal here. This not normal. This not normal. The leptospirosis is something, huh? It's serious. First documented, you know what?
A motorist reveals the indispensable device that detects. First documented in the Caribbean in 1838, leptospirosis remains a major public health concern throughout the region. According to the Pan American Health Organization, PAHO, the Caribbean has reported thousands of suspected and confirmed cases over the past 2 decades. Between 2000 and 2013, PAHO data shows that the regional incidence of the illness was 2 to 5 cases per 100,000, with outbreaks often associated with heavy rainfall and flooding, as well as conditions that allow contaminated water to spread widely throughout communities. Flooding and hurricanes create ideal conditions for leptospirosis outbreaks. During and after these events, Floodwaters often mix with soil and materials contaminated by rodent urine. Consequently, people who wade through or use this water for domestic purposes face a high risk of contracting infection. Concerningly also is the fact that flooding damages municipal water systems, forcing communities to rely on rivers and streams that may be unsafe. Hurricanes and flooding impacts rodents that are the main reservoirs of leptospirosis, as due to these events, rodents often lose their habitats. In so doing, they move into homes, food establishments, and other buildings, increasing human contact with contaminated surfaces and food. Cleanup activities after hurricanes pose additional risks. Residents, farmers, garbage collectors, and cleanup crews are normally exposed to standing water and mud where the leptospira bacteria thrive. Limited access to healthcare further complicates the situation, as delays in diagnosis and treatment frequently lead to more severe cases and even death. Altogether, these overlapping factors illustrate how disasters magnify public health risks, underscoring the urgent need for prevention, rapid response, and community awareness. The disease. Leptospirosis is caused by
Now, this part of it right here, so, is very important to talk about. The prevention. What is the government doing for the prevention of these? And if they have not started done anything yet, the lack of action is going to aid in subtle genocide. You understand what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen? If this thing gets out of hand, excuse me, Nikisha, what are you doing? If this thing gets out of hand, may I tell you, say, you see the leptospirosis, it now going to ask if you're a labor right or you're a PNP, yeah? I just want to know that. That's what I want to know. Alright, people? Good. Yeah, man, so I'm cut the crap. All I want to know.
The disease. Leptospirosis is caused by leptospira bacteria, which live in the urine of infected animals. Humans contract the disease through direct contact with water, soil, or food contaminated with rodent urine. In addition to ingestion, the bacteria can enter the body through cuts on the skin or exposure of the eyes and nose. Foodborne transmission is particularly common, as rodents often damage food and leave behind contamination invisible to the naked eye. Latest news. JPS intensifying efforts to restore electricity. Recognizing the symptoms of the disease is therefore key to reducing adverse effects. Initially, infected individuals often experience flu-like symptoms such as fever, chills, headaches, and muscle aches. These symptoms can quickly worsen to vomiting, jaundice, diarrhea, and skin rash. In severe cases, leptospirosis can cause kidney failure, liver damage, meningitis, or death. To minimize the impact of the illness, early diagnosis and treatment are critical, yet too often delayed. Myths and misconceptions. Misinformation makes matters worse. Many believe only rats spread leptospirosis, when in fact dogs, pigs, goats, and mongooses are also reservoirs. Others think leptospirosis is confined to...
I did not know that. Dogs, pigs, goats, and mongoose. Mongoose also spread leptospirosis. Mummy, you hear that? Mummy, you didn't know that? Mother. Oh, you know, hear me. All right. I never know that.
Rural areas, but urban communities with poor sanitation or flooding concerns are equally vulnerable. Some assume the disease cannot be treated, yet antibiotics are effective when started early. Even rainwater collected from roofs, often thought to be safe, can be contaminated by rodent urine.
Wow.
Food showing rodent bite marks should never be consumed, since rodents urinate where they feed. Another misconception is that leptospirosis can be spread by touching an infected person. The illness is not contagious in this way. Finally, water that looks clean may still harbor the bacteria, which are invisible to the naked eye. Leptospirosis is preventable. Leptospirosis is preventable. Individuals can protect themselves by seeking medical attention immediately after possible exposure, vaccinating pets, and wearing protective clothing when working outdoors or during cleanup. Avoiding contact with stagnant water, covering water storage containers, disinfecting drinking water, and properly disposing of garbage and other waste that serve as rodent harborage can all reduce the risk. Protecting outer openings in homes, food establishments, and other buildings also helps to keep rodents out. Most importantly, discarding any food damaged by rodents is essential to reduce the risk of transmitting the illness. Leptospirosis may be centuries old, but climate change is intensifying the conditions that fuel its spread. More frequent floods, hurricanes, and sanitation challenges mean the threat is growing, not shrinking. Public health campaigns must continue to educate, dispel myths, and encourage early treatment. Communities must also take responsibility for prevention, while governments strengthen systems to respond quickly to these outbreaks. Leptospirosis still looms large, but with vigilance, education, and action, its grip on the Caribbean can be broken. Dr. Carleen Atkinson is the Vice Dean, acting, for the Joint Colleges of Medicine, Oral Health, and Veterinary Sciences at the University of Technology, Jamaica. Dr. Carleen Atkinson.
Big her up. Excellent article. I did not know that dogs, mongoose, and other animals can cause leptospirosis. I didn't know that, mommy. I did not know that. I thought it was only synonymous to rats. Them say even if you catch rainwater from a roof, the rat can peep on the roof and the rainwater go down and you know that go. So yo, man, I tell you say, hey people, I hope you appreciate this, you know. Because this is serious information right here. Yeah, man, I'm not a university, but sometimes God leave me to share some article, man, I tell you say, yo, it's see the tadpole them there? Whole heap of frog about to pop up in that area. But never said to be calm despite the frog looming. No. Oh yes. Yes, hold on then. Mighty God. Yes, see that?
Listen to me. I cannot even sit properly. No, I can't.
People, me said that one in a well serious. And this was the 20th of November 2025. Zine, me do a video with that lady already and put it out, but it intensify now. I don't pray this.
I was driving and I had to pull over. I had to pull over because...
Yeah, man. Long time the pastor talked about the destruction that is coming on the land and look into it from big nose. Man, I got Israel go pray for the wall. May I tell you?
Jamaica, thus said the Lord thy God, I will not have mercy upon you this time. The Lord said, I will judge the land of Jamaica, and I will not have mercy this time, said the Lord. The Lord said, I will not have mercy. Hey, for those of you that will come across this message, if you adhere to it and proceed accordingly, good for you. But for those of you that pass it, also good for you. But I must sound the alarm. I must tell you what God is getting ready to do. I must tell you, the Lord said, I will not have mercy upon the land of Jamaica. The Lord said, let me tell you something. I have told you to repent. I have waited for you to repent. But you still take it for a joke. Hey, the Lord said, I shall rise upon Jamaica speedily. and judgment shall take the land. Lekaturianta. Hey, the Lord shall judgment. Lekaturianta labahande. Oh God, I told you guys that flood will take Jamaica, and it happens. And disease will take, and it's happening right now.
Right now.
But let me tell you something. You see, the Lord told you that there's an earthquake that is coming, and you still do not look to the left, and you're still not looking to the right. But if you think that the earthquake will not come, you can think again. Because the Lord said, I am rising upon Jamaica again in a great flood and a great earthquake. I'm rising. I am rising. I am rising. It's not like you guys have not been getting warning. God has been speaking. God has been speaking over and over and over and over. I'm sure some of you see my face too often. And I'm sure that
I know she alone. I know she alone, you know. I know she alone. A whole heap of prophet and prophetess. I want Jamaica. Jamaica get crazy one in all from my lady there. Celestial. Whole heap of one in them again. Pastor Peter Chambers, Jeffrey Shuttleworth, Mark Stewart. Whole heap of one in them again. But, you know, hey.
That God has spoken to, and they have been giving you the warning. But nobody want to take heed. Let me turn this down. Nobody want to take heed. But let me tell you something. Say the Lord. Judgment shall take the land of Jamaica. And you know what the Lord told me? The Lord said to me that the people that their houses got destroyed in several parishes, in several parishes. There are many of those people that you see their houses gone. They're evil. And he said to me, I spare their life because I want them to see that I am God.
Wow.
Right? But God said, they're taking it for a joke. Nobody listening. God said, taking it for a joke. Wow. Nobody listening. But I'm telling you, this is the last final warning. The Lord's judgment shall take Jamaica. Judgment shall hit that land. And many will die. Say God. You hear me? God said, many will die. Many will die. Because if you think that another flood is not coming to Jamaica, another earthquake is not coming to Jamaica, the Lord is going to rise up so heavily that the violence is rising, the disease is rising, and all of these things you have heard. I have told you what the Lord said, that flood, earthquake, disease, violence will hit Jamaica so bad. And right now, the disease is taking over Jamaica. The violence is rising, and you're not listening. The Lord told you, call a national repentance. You did not listen.
Yep.
You still did not listen. Mm-hmm. So hear what God is saying. The Lord is saying that I shall come upon you swiftly. And you know what? Listen, I'm going to provide some strategies and methodologies to you at the end of this post. But I want to let you know that it's going to be worse from here on. It's going to be, I told the people, leave. Those of you that are in St. Elizabeth, leave. Evacuate. Those of you that are in Westmoreland, evacuate. Also, the Lord also spoke to me. That those messages, those posts that I made, was before the Lord spoke to me. And Clarendon, God included Clarendon in it. So it's a 3 targeted parish. Hanover, St. Elizabeth, and Clarendon. It's going to be judgment. It's going to be judgment. I am warning you and I'm telling you, because what I've seen, the lightning made an X in Montego Bay on the road, and it was the X that opened the road as a gate. It opened the road like a gate. Okay? With the earthquake, it opened the road like a gate. And people were just falling into it, because you can see where the tsunami just bring the people in. And I saw where the governmental building in Kingston, the tsunami take it and twist it like an S. And the road was just open and people fall into it. The building crushed into it. You understand me? Yes. I saw.
I want to something to my live stream. You want to kick off the people. I want the box that I go on.
In Port Royal, the same thing that happened a couple years ago is the same thing going to happen again. That Port Royal is going to submerge under the water. Port Royal is going to submerge under the water. Say the Lord thy God. Port Royal is going to submerge under the water. Be warned. And you see porous? Porous.
I don't know what is happening with my internet.
Porous is going to submerge
under the water. People get kicked off of the live, could they?
Porous will submerge under the water. Please start. I want to start packing up. Start packing. Start packing. Start packing. The next thing is that there won't be no light. There won't be no GPS light in Jamaica after this flood. It's going to be months upon months before you even start getting light. So those of you that have whatever you have, a solar, if you can bring solar system, whatever it is, do it. Because people will not able to reach their family, I'm telling you. And there will be a great famine in Jamaica, that there won't be no food. Because God is coming, I'm telling you, God is coming. God is going to hit very, very dangerously. Okay, so those of you, if you're not living in a sacred place, a safe place, fast and pray and seek the Lord and find yourself somewhere, because I'm telling you, it's coming. If you think it's not coming, it's coming. If you think it not, it is coming. It is coming. You put more. Put more. Oh my God. Portmore can get it so badly. Westmoreland, St. Elizabeth, okay? Port Royal, Clarendon, Manchester. Hey, if you think Kingston, if you think it's not, it's coming. It's going to be dangerous. Dangerous. Pat, send out some food stuff that can help the people then for 4 months, at least 4 months. At least 4 months. Because let me tell you something. It's going to be heavy. It's going to be heavy. Listen to me.
Wow. I did turn that, take it away, yeah? People, they must know, yeah, man. People, they must know. Andrew Holness, man, the weapon that farm against this country. Let me just share that little thing here, because when I bring you say right just so, it just line up with life. Listen to this.
For those of you who fly a lot, you know this feeling. The plane is still on ground. Yet, the gate agents announce the boarding gate is now closed, and you are standing there, ticket in hand, but you can't get on. Why? because the gate has closed. The other day, I almost missed my flight. I was returning to Lagos. I did check in online, but when I got to the airport, I was told they were done checking people in. There were other people in the same boat as me, and we all stood there, stranded. At first glance, it felt unfair because it was still about 30 minutes to departure. The plane hadn't moved. The seat I paid for is still empty. The engines of the plane are not even running yet. So why can't you just let me go through? Eventually, after some pleading and some calls, they cleared us for the flight. But during the flight, I kept thinking deeply about that scenario, and I came to a staggering conclusion. Access is not about whether the plane is still there. It is about whether the process is still open. And you see, in that moment, I realized life works the same way. Opportunities have gates, dreams have windows, destiny has timing. And just because the plane of opportunity is still visible doesn't mean you can still enter. Some people think as long as the opportunity still exists, you can always step in later. But by the time they finally show up, the gate has already closed. Not because they were not qualified, not because they didn't pay the price, but because they missed the timing of entry. Look, here is the wisdom. In life, it is very possible to be present and still be too late. You can see the opportunity. You can even be within proximity, but never step into it simply because you delayed. Think about it. On an average, airlines close boarding about 30 minutes before departure. They need time to check passengers in, to finalize the manifest, to balance the load, and to clear security. If they let us stroll in whenever we like, the entire system would collapse. You see, the game changer is when you realize that the flight itself is functioning in its purpose, and it will not allow your excesses to disrupt it. Life is like that too. Some gates close not to punish you, but to preserve order. Your rising in life is not exclusive to you. There is an algorithm that works with time. So don't just pray for opportunities. Train yourself for timing. Don't just buy the ticket. Respect the gate. Because sometimes the pain is not that the plane left you. The pain is that you were standing outside, watching, while the seat you paid for is flying without you. You can see it with your eyes and still lose it with your timing. Opportunity without urgency is wasted potential. I'll be honest with you. Some doors close while the room is still open. The gate of destiny is where qualification meets timing. Miss it and your qualification becomes irrelevant. Life is ruthless, man. At the gates of destiny, hesitation and doubts and delay can turn all of your sweat and sacrifices into an exercise in futility. Don't miss your flight, I beg you. Please share this video.
So as I listened to that, when I first did, what came into my spirit was us being ready. Us being prepared on a spiritual level. That's what came to me now. So let's go over that again.
Yet, the gate agents, for those of you who fly a lot, you'll know this feeling. The plane is still on ground. Yet, the gate agents announce, the boarding gate is now closed, and you are standing there, ticket in hand, but you can't get on. Why?
And when it comes to judgment of mankind, the Bible speaks about this same situation, you know. The earth is not yet destroyed. People are still alive, but the gates to heaven is already closed. You understand what I say? Because we never take heed, we never listen. We never take heed to the warning. So the opportunity to save ourselves has passed.
Because the gate has closed. The other day, I almost missed my flight. I was returning to Lagos. I did check in online, but when I got to the airport, I was told they were done checking people in. There were other people in the same boat as me, and we all stood there, stranded. At first glance, it felt unfair because it was still about 30 minutes to departure. The plane hadn't...
A lot of us, and this is a thing with us Jamaicans, and many other people around the world. My mother always say, don't put off what you can do today for tomorrow. Don't procrastinate. And we love to procrastinate. A whole heap of time, we feel like so we have time, but we don't really have no time. Because we're not the governors of time. We really don't know because we are limited. You understand what I say? Colin said, that's right, Bolo. That's what it's all about. Don't be like the five foolish virgins.
move. The seat I paid for is still empty. The engines of the plane are not even running yet. So why can't you just let me go through? Eventually, after some pleading and some calls, they cleared us for the flight. But during the flight, I kept thinking deeply about that scenario and I came to a staggering conclusion. Access is not about whether the plane is still there. It is about whether the process is still open. And you see,
the process of entering heaven is going to close at some point. We see where the mark of the beast is aligning themselves. And some people have already possibly forfeited entering heaven. Because even in the pandemic, a lot of people was warned about a certain process and they did not follow. A lot of them lose their lives. A lot of them are friends of ours, family members. And even now, some of them are still in denial that are alive about that process and what that was and what it means. You understand? So the process of boarding the plane or entering heaven is going to close at some point. Let's not wait until the last minute and think we have time. Is what I'm saying. You see me? Based off of this analogy or so.
See, in that moment, I realized life works the same way. Opportunities have gates, dreams have windows, destiny has timing. And just because the plane of opportunity is still visible doesn't mean you can still enter. Some people think as long as the opportunity still exists, you can always step in later. But by the time they finally show up, the gate has already closed. Not because they were not qualified, not because they didn't pay the price, but because they missed the timing of entry. Look, here is the wisdom. In life, it is very possible to be present and still be too late. You can see the opportunity. You can even be within proximity, but never step into it simply because you delayed. Think about it.
That's like being close, being near, but yet so far. You just don't know. And if you want to use the analogy of even relationship with a female, it applies. Yeah, that is true, Colleen. That is true. That is true. You don't hear a lot of people talking about having a relationship with God. It's always about, you know, material things. But one actually takes care of the other. Being closer with God is going to mean God taking care of all of that. You see me?
On an average, airlines close boarding about 30 minutes before departure. They need time to check passengers in, to finalize the manifest, to balance the load, and to clear security. If they let us stroll in whenever we like, the entire system would collapse. You see, the game changer is when you realize that the flight itself is functioning in its purpose, and it will not allow your excesses to disrupt it. Life is like that too. Some gates close not to punish you, but to preserve order.
And a great example of that, you know, is when Noah, after how much years Noah warned people about the flood. As it says, as it is in the days of Noah, so it shall be in the end. When Noah get everybody in, and God closed the door, you know, and Noah closed the door of the ark, you know. And God closed the door. So if Noah did feel like say, basically, God never gave Noah the authority to decide if he might go put in nobody in the ship last minute. And who God authorized to go in the ship, went into the ship. Do you understand? Hundreds of years. And it's the same thing with this now. We are get one about the earthquake. We are get one about the tsunami. And a lot of people is waiting to see the earthquake and the tsunami before they say, my God, mercy, me sorry. Please forgive me, I repent sincerely. And that them a wait for you know. Now, some people are going probably survive it based off what the prophecy say, yeah? But some people not going to survive it. The question is, Why would you play Russian roulette with your life like that? And with your soul more than anything else? The amount of things that we have seen so far is clear. It's clear that Jamaica is cursed at this point and is being judged. And we can argue about the reason why it's being cursed. As a matter of fact, there really isn't any argument. The fact of the matter is, the government go sign things when enough is signed, and them do things when them enough to do. That is not pleasing to God. Them get warning, them get everything, and them just do them own thing. The last straw was the other day. God give mercy with Melissa, I can't tell you that, And everybody's supposed to recognize that. God showed a lot of mercy. And if you don't believe me, listen to some of the testimony them from the people. The wind was taking them in the ear and showing them. So say for instance, God never showing no mercy. You know how much people could have died just by the wind dashing them away? Remember say all our house them gone, What stopped the wind from taking up the people them off the ground and dashing them away? What stopped the wind from doing that? I don't think that's a coincidence. A God mercy. So even in the storm of Melissa, God has shown mercy to the people them. Kingston get mercy. Portmore get mercy. Senton get mercy. Which other place don't get licked terribly? Holy place. St. Mary, St. Thomas, Portland. Holy place. Half of Jamaica get mercy. And even place them will get hit, still get mercy. You think a little bit of youth in the storm was allowed and sanctioned by God to rescue people where water when I take with elderly people, God still wanna show mercy same way. You know what I think they were stand out to me when a lady just a while ago, before that video? She said I only for the people with them house blow down at St. Elizabeth and all about. She said wicked people them evil. Them do all type of thing, but God spare their life to make them know say him is God. Him still give them an opportunity to repent, Clarendon, Westmoreland, Hanover, St. James, Trelawney, Manchester, Mandeville. Right? May I tell my people in my Portmore now? May I tell everybody, please, may I beg you to listen. On the evacuate, on the move, on the run. Left. I repent first though. But left. Yeah man, left man. Just left. Who knows? I don't call them nothing but suppose the earthquake flick right now. I've heard this prophecy, and you know what I notice about the prophecy them? It's like when you hear from other prophet, you get another piece of the prophecy. But it's like you get more detail over this, and other warnings come with it. God gave warning them peace. But the main warning is judgment is coming, earthquake and tsunami, massive earthquake and tsunami, and then sometime he give them a vision to see what happened during the earthquake, how much people dead. So God warned upon so many different levels. But, stubborn children. My mother get a vision, and my mother's vision was very clear. Run. And my question is to God right now, more than anything else, reveal where we should run to. That's all me want to know. Right now, where should we run to, God? That are between me and my mother. Personal. Where should we run to when this judgment come? I mean, I faith say God I go show you that when the right time come. You feel me I deal with? Yeah. But people, trust me, It's not a normal something that happened to Jamaica. Not a normal thing happened to Jamaica. Oh yes, I forgot. Oh, Mr. Will Rattigan. Will Rattigan. Why am I tell him?
They had like 115, something like that. 87 counted. Mr. Buchanan was leading by a couple hundred, and then there was a blackout. You remember the blackout? There's a black. The Prime Minister ought to be revoked. Let's say the Prime Minister.
So this is the Constitution, ladies and gentlemen. Let's touch upon some of this real quickly. This is the Constitution, right? And according to this, it says. Let me go back a little bit. The office of the Prime Minister shall become vacant if he resigns his office, if he ceases to be a member of the House of Representatives, otherwise by dissolution of Parliament. Look at this.
Because it says other than a dissolution.
Yes.
And you're saying, no, it's a dissolution. So therefore, we have a Prime Minister. Well, guess what? The real bro God now under D can say, no, I don't want him. I don't want him as Prime Minister. I don't want him as... And then also, look at two. If the House of Representatives, by an affirmative majority, vote of a majority, say that they don't want, say that the appointment of the Prime Minister ought to be revoked. Let's say the Prime Minister say, I'm not going anywhere. And them say, no, you have to leave, man. Right? And they take a vote. And the majority of the members of Parliament say, no, he must go. Guess what? The Governor General is going to revoke his appointment. You see what the real bro God do? Yeah. The Governor General going to revoke, see it right or so, or we can highlight it. The right under 2, and it's under the broad seal, revoke his appointment. Right? Then here's another way it can go now. If them say we want to get rid of him, right? The Governor General can go to the Prime Minister, and the Prime Minister have 3 days to say, I'm not going to turn in my resignation or anything like that. What I want you to do, and I don't want it to be revoked, what I want you to do, I want you to dissolve Parliament. The Governor General can't do that. And can say, I'm going to dissolve Parliament. I'm going to dissolve Parliament. You know, you have a new election. Mm-hmm. So it's a lot of problems going on here, people. A lot of problems. Because if it's declared null and void, no Prime Minister. No. Let me show you now where I'm going to be the problem. Kevin, no, my virgin Tigo did. I said, why not have it up already? What Tigo? Hold on. Kevin, hold on there. Oh, but now while Tigo now, Peter people, Paul Buchanan, and the constituted authority. No, we'll skip the legal part of it. We'll skip it. At some other point, if you're interested, people can walk you through it and show you what the law says about all of these things. No, look on this. This is where the thing they're complaining about, you know, Mr. Buchanan. Look at this. Double voting as well as people impersonate. Deviation from the agreed transport route. Keep in mind what I tell you. They only need one. They only need one. But they have more than one. They have several.
Andrew in trouble, yeah?
Voter intimidation. And we're going to go down and show you some things with voter intimidation.
Got the in case.
Intimidation inside the polling station. Masked men jump the fence and come inside of the place. More intimidation. Now make we go down some more and show you something. Sita, one person went to the presiding officer and said, my ballot spoiled, but him threw it in the ballot box. And then the presiding officer gave him another ballot and him vote and threw it in the ballot box. 2 votes in the ballot box.
Crazy.
And we don't know about the first. We don't know. We don't know.
And ladies and gentlemen, the way of the law is, when it comes to this situation, all Mr. Buchanan needs is one incident like this to carry it to the court. And he's going to explain all of it. We need to know civics. I learned a lot from this live stream. with Will Rattigan. He was cooking. From this point go straight down to the end, basically Will Rattigan was just schooling us about the affidavit and the law surrounding election. Just straight schooling. And the timestamp is 3 hours and 13 minutes. You can go back a little bit more to get more value from the conversation. Zane?
That's one, right?
Me now play all right, let's go through a little bit.
Here's another one. This is another polling division.
Yeah.
Where them go to the presiding officer and said, my ballot spoiled. But if your ballot spoiled, your ballot's supposed to go in a different area. And there are procedures when your ballot is spoiled.
Yes.
And that wasn't followed. Them drop it in the box, and then them give them a ballot, and then them vote and then drop it in again. And we have people testifying through affidavits on that. There it is. Tita. See again. You see let me show you the highlighted area right at the top. See where it says again right here. Again, I saw a presiding officer giving someone a second ballot after the person said that their ballot was spoiled, although the ballot went inside the box. The second ballot was completed and placed into the ballot box. That alone is enough to void the election.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that one incident alone, a sworn affidavit, is enough to void the entire election between Mr. Paul Buchanan and Andrew Holness by law.
At this. Some men came over the wall and invaded the police station. So what she did? She left. She left. Here's another one where somebody said they saw large crowds gathering. Oh, by the way, again, just for the interest of time, I won't go through the law, but there's a law in the representation of, there's a provision in the Representation of People Act, and it says you cannot have a large gathering less than 100 meters from a polling station. That's the law. Kevin, which part? Let me show them that one, Kevin. Wait, Kevin. From last.
That's the Roper Act, right?
Yeah, the Roper Act, the one from last week. Yeah. Oh, here it is. Look on this video, people. This is in the Prime Minister's constituency. Now, remember what I said. The law says you cannot have a large gathering less than 100 meters from a polling station. You cannot. It's a violation. That is enough to just say, no, I could get rid of this election. Let's do it over. Take a look at this video in the Prime Minister's constituency.
Look at this. Pure intimidation are going on. So watch out.
You saw the soldier and police. That's where the polling station is. Right there. To your left. The police and the soldier them stand up in front of the polling station. Is that 100 meters?
More like 100 centimeter. More like 100 centimeter.
That's not 100.
Look there. Look there. I know some polling station supposed to look, you know. You vote on the yard, brother.
That's not 100 meters. And Kevin Johnson said when a ballot is spoiled, it is pierced with a pencil and kept in the envelope. It's right. It's put in a separate an envelope, and then the envelope is put inside the ballot box. So that they know, okay, in this envelope, there's spoiled ballots. But that wasn't the case. It was dropped inside and then they voted again. So there's this 100-meter rule. Then there's another one where they were campaigning on election day. They had loudspeakers. They had the candidates' pictures. People are talking, carrying on, drinking, rumpling. You can't do that on election day. And especially in front of the polling station or near the polling station, you can't do that. You can't do that.
Were they giving out money as well?
They didn't. What happened, those people have to come. We have videos of people saying that, yeah, but those people are not going to come now. Oh. The people who said we received funds, but they're not going to come now. But here's the thing. Those videos will become evidence when there's a hearing in the election court. Because guess what? When you go to the constituted authority, the only evidence that's required, affidavits. That's the only thing you have to show. You don't show videos, play audio. No, them just say, give it to us on paper. Give with somebody swearing that they saw something. No, I don't think that's a good law. I think it should be more than that. Because anybody can put on anything from people. But that's the law. They said that The only thing we require is that you put it on paper, and then that's it.
I guess we need to propose amendment then.
Yep. It is. The persons were not in a queue. It's where I saw large crowds of persons wearing green shirts immediately outside the polling station and also across the street. That's the video I just played. The persons were not in a queue waiting to cast their ballot, but were gathered in a disorderly manner, making noise, drinking rum, and playing music. That is a violation. That is a clear violation. Here it is, another one. Contingent of persons on both sides of the road, blocking the road, loud music, truck, large song, loud music from a truck. The truck wrapped in green and bearing the image of the JLP candidate and member of parliament. That's a no-no. You can't do that. Some of the agents, they run away. Here's another one, St. Stephen's Basic School. Lots of people were wearing branded with JLP and the candidate's image on the shirt. They were not lining up. They were drinking, smoking, carousing, loud music, noisy atmosphere of JLP party songs, and people in green shouting at people in orange shirts. That's intimidation as well. That is not going to work. Then, transportation of the boxes. The Mr. Buchanan's agent was not allowed to transport the boxes. He was not allowed. In fact, the boxes were given to somebody else who was not authorized to have the boxes, and they had to follow behind. And they lost for a few minutes. They lost them. They went a different route than the route that they agreed on. We go down further and see. Here it is right here. Along Olympic Way, we lost sight of the vehicle transporting the boxes for 3 to 5 minutes. And remember, they went to a place that they weren't supposed to go. Initially, they went, because if you read this thing, you see that they said the police escorted the boxes deviated. Here it is right here. Here it is right here. The police escorting the boxes deviated, keyword, deviated from the route that was previously agreed with the returning officer. And then go up Headley Avenue, down Seaward Drive, down Olympic Way, to the police station. See that? And I don't think the police station was not the counting station. And they went there. No, I know this area because I used to live there, right? You see that road that they took? That's right in the heart of the support for the Prime Minister.
Why would they do that? They are given a route, an agreed upon route that they must follow. Why would they take the route to go through hostile JLP areas and then they couldn't see the van with the ballot them for 5 minutes? Hey, tell us something, man.
Heart. And they were coming from what I've been told, they were coming from over a place called Jerusalem, which is the bastion of support for Mr. Buchanan. And also, if you remember, people, as we were watching it, with 87, I think it was 87 boxes counted, and I think they had like 115, something like that. 87 counted, Mr. Buchanan was leading by a couple hundred, and then there was a blackout. You remember the blackout? There's a blackout. They couldn't get no report from what's going on. And then when it came back, they said, oh, the Prime Minister is leading by 2,000 votes. More than one thing. What was that, Kevin? More than one. Exactly. See, there's another one here, bungling, unruly behavior. People couldn't work. We have people running away. See here, right here, as we walked through the crowd of JLP supporters on the school compound and outside the school gate, I saw some of them wearing black ski masks. I felt scared, so I held on to Marsha's hand and looked straight ahead as we went through the sea of labor rights, right? So all of this is the election court will have to decide, is this, look at this. The last set of, this is key, the last set of boxes that I saw leave the school were the boxes for polling division 52-51 and the one from the classroom beside mine. The EOJ man wearing a blue shirt was putting the boxes in the vehicle that he drove. The EOJ man told everybody to leave. I was going to say Kevin. Mr. Kevin, you don't get one of them things, but it's a Kelvin, the JLP councillor candidate, was there at the time with him. He said, have the boxes in the custody of the EOJ man and Kelvin. So Mr. Buchanan person wasn't there. There it is right there. This is a clear breach of paragraph 4410A of the ROPA, as she was denied access to transport the boxes on behalf of the applicant as the applicant's agent. And it goes on and on. Here it is. I don't want to bore you guys with actually it's not even a bore. It's more like going through the stuff with you. Oh, look at this. You see the case where them used though. The upshot of the decision in Blake versus Holness is that on a proper construction of 37E, any irregularity which would lead to a substantial distortion or subversion of the process of free and fair elections, whether or not it affected the wishes of a majority.
Share the document. Share the document, brother. Share the document. Share the document as you read it.
Oh, sorry. Sita. The upshot of the decision in Blake versus Holness. And remember me showing that one there, right? Kevin, election. Hold on. Let me just show them something in the election. Hold on a second. Is it here? Representation of the people. I want to show them the Election Petitions Act. Is it here? Is it in this one or is it in?
Yeah, it's in PM.
It's in PM?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Let me see if I see it. I just want to show them. Extract. Oh, Elections Petition Extract. Okay. So we can't do without Kevin enough people. Last without Kevin. If Kevin doesn't have no program. Here's a law. There are two laws that govern this situation. The Election Petitions Act and the Representation of People Act. Now, for this one here, let me show you what it says. It says, here it is. The election, let me click on it. The election court shall have the power to hear applications by way of originating motion from the constituted authority, right? To declare in relation to such applications that the taking of the poll is void or that the taking of the poll is not void, right? That is the election court, that is their responsibility, not the constituted authority. And it goes on to say, and the beauty about it is that it takes 6 months for them to wrap up all of this stuff. And the election court, once they hear the matter, within 2 days, they deliver their decision. So you see, them not fool around, right? All right. Now here is where Mr. Buchanan is making the argument. It says right here, the constituted 37, the constituted authority, subject to section 38, applied to the election court, blah, 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 blah. And here are the grounds that the constituted authority can go to them on your behalf as a candidate. Skip A, let's go to B, because we're going to the ones where really apply. B, that ballot boxes have been stolen or destroyed or have been tampered with. See that? And then they go on to say on the they have a caveat right here which says that the number on the list of electors must be more than the difference in the number of votes casted for the person who won. That's why in 1997, when the Prime Minister won with 150 something, it never make any sense because in some of the ballot boxes, he lost by over 300 votes. So that never make any sense. So here's where we go. I'm going to show you the key, the one that they're using. They won't use C because C is talking about where you put somebody under duress. And they're not alleging that. Here's one they're alleging. That votes have been polled by persons who are not bona fide electors. And they've made that out. They say people who voted shouldn't vote. And here is the big one. This is the big one. This is the standard that came out in the Blake versus Holness case in 1997. It says that if you have violence or if you have irregularity during election day in one or more polling stations or polling divisions in any electoral division or constituency, meaning anywhere you have it on election day, which would lead, remember I told you about that term of art, that legal term of art, substantial distortion or subversion of the process of free and fair election. So what they're saying is that if you have somebody who vote twice, that's a subversion of the process of free and fair election. It's not fair. It can't be fair if you have somebody voting because they said that the principle is one man, one vote. Same man, same vote. One man, one vote, same man, same vote. Meaning that you can only vote one time. You can only vote one time. So this is the one that they're using. Now, I'm going to go back again. Kevin said then, no. Kevin said then, PM. PM said then, Kevin?
PM.
Okay. I'm going to go back to the Representation of People Act. Okay, Roper. Oh no, this is no. Give me the one, Kevin. The one, the extract.
It's above the pictures.
Just above the pictures. Roper extract. Again, can't do without Kevin, people. Can't do without him. See that? So we show you the law while about the Elections Petitions Act that says that as long as you have a substantial or subversion of the free and fair exercise of the election, it's null and void. And just I will show you some of the provisions of this law that govern, right? Just some of them, not all of them. Let me see if did I hold on, let me see. Okay, all right. Let's see. All right, here's one. No elector. It is right here. No elector shall vote more than once in the same constituency at the same election or in more than one constituency at the same day. One man, one vote, same man, same vote. And we have 2 instances where somebody voted at least twice that we know of. That's enough to declare it null and void. Let me see what else there, sir. And this is the sealing thing, but we were talking about a while ago. And this is how they returned the boxes, which Mr. Buchanan's people are saying that they weren't done properly. All right. Now, what is the issue in the case that Mr. Buchanan is bringing? His issue is this, simply this: whether or not the constituted authority had the authority to determine the weight, the admissibility, the quality of the evidence. That's it. That's all. And remember, we show you the chart that says there are 2 ways you can go to the constituted authority. The constituted authority can do it on its own, where they say, we believe that there was impropriety over here, and so they can ask for evidence. Or a losing candidate can go to them. And the losing candidate only have to show affidavits. And then they are required at that point to just give it to the election court. Here it is. 52A. Follow me, my people. Let me draw some line and see what one. See it right there, sir. It says the constituted authority may, on its own merit, on its own motion, or at the request of the candidate, right there, sir, make an application under that section to the election court to have the poll declared void. And here's what it has to do. If the constituted authority, that body that will hear the complaint from the losing candidate, it says if they're going to do it on their own, nobody's petitioning them. They just look around or they hear that there was voting irregularity. Here's what they do. It says right here, on its own motion, request a returning officer to furnish it with such reports as necessary to determine that an application ought to be made. So this is when they can do it on their own. Now here is where you do it when a losing candidate comes to you. Here it is. A candidate who is desirous of having the constituted authority make an application on his behalf to the election court shall, within 14 days of the taking of the poll, here it is, make such request and shall furnish the constituted authority with such evidence on which he relies. And what is that evidence? Right here, which shall be by affidavit. See it right there, some people. See it here. Them not ask for no video, them not ask for no audio, them not ask for no person, nobody will come and testify to them. Them say just put it on a piece of paper and have somebody swear to it. And that's all we need. It's right there. And it says, so that the constituted authority may determine whether an application ought to be made. So once you give them that thing and them look and them see where you say, somebody voted twice. Their job is not to say who voted twice, who witnessed it, what time did the vote take place. None of that. As long as you put in that application that somebody voted twice, that's the end. They're supposed to send it up to the election court. That is the big problem right there. Oh, all right, here's another one. Remember I told you I just showed you the video where people are congregate? Here it is right here. Subject to the provision of subsection 2, during the hours when the poll is open up on election day, no person shall assemble or congregate or have in his possession any weapon or noxious substance which is capable of inflicting or causing injury. You can have none of that. Where? Within 100 meters of any premises in which is situated any polling station. See it right there, sir? 100 meters. See that? And we have them 100 inches away from the place. 100 inches. You can't do this, people. You can't do this. I'm going to see if I circle anything else for now. Oh, here's another one. Again, here's another 100 meters requirement. During the hours that the poll is open, upon election day, no person shall, upon any public road or in any public place within 100 meters of the premises in which a polling station is situated, seek to influence any elector to vote for any candidate or to ascertain for what candidate any elector intends to vote or has voted. Now, it's a seek to influence. Now, if you have a big crowd of people wearing green and you are come down there with your orange t-shirt, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
And also somebody who, want to vote for the first time and not sure. When them say all of that excitement, that's influence.
Here's another one. No person shall, during an election, call together, hold or address any election meeting, or hold an election march or election motorcade in any public place unless you get authorization to do so. And we know them never do that. We know that. People, this thing is just rigged. Let me see. Oh, you don't know. The people who jump the fence and threaten the people in. Here it is. Every person who directly or indirectly by himself or by any other person on his behalf makes use of or threatens to make use of any force, violence, or restraint, or inflicts or threatens to inflict by himself or by any person any temporal or spiritual injury. So them go over you. Them can't say them go over you. See that spiritual injury. So damage. Let me see what else there. Hold on. I'm not finished yet. Here it is. Harm or loss upon or against any person in order to induce or compel such person to vote or refrain from voting. And it goes on this. You can't do this. It shall be guilty of undue influence. You're right here. Let me see what else is here. So, all right, here's another one. Every person who at an election applies for a ballot paper in the name of another person, that's one. Whether that name be the name of a person living or dead or of a fictitious person, here's a key. Or who, having voted once at any election, applies at the same election for a ballot paper in his own name, shall be guilty of personation. The man who voted twice. You cannot do it. It's not permissible. Again, this is enough to cast doubt on the... Oh, here's another one. 3. Help you.
Why people are sorry
to get the contract. You can't do it. And guess what, panelists and listeners? That's exactly what happened in this case.
People, I'm sorry about that. Bolo VNR 2.0, you know? The phone turned off and I never realized it. And by the time I realized it, it was too late. It was too late. Alright, so yeah. Let me just share this before I go. It's how I want to live stream. I believe I want to live stream this 1 hour ago. Anne-Marie Wright. She do a live stream. Can go check it out.
That the lightning draw an X, and the X that the lightning draw into St. James, it becomes a gate and it opens. You know what I'm saying? It just opens like this. It opens like a gate.
So the lady will have the vision, Anne-Marie Wright. She do a live stream and I explain the vision, and you can check her out on Facebook. See there? Can check her out on Facebook, alright? Alright. Check her out on Facebook. Anne-Marie Wright, Prophetess AMBDR. Check her out on Facebook, alright? Phone yourself and listen. You can depend yourself for hours and hours. This is how I want to show before I go away. Big up Sean Paul. You know what I mean?
What's the mission? We are trying to sprinkle it every week. Well, last week when I was here, I tell you I'm going to forward back. Next week I'm going to send back again until the place built. You understand? Reason why yes at first, in certain terms, you know it's the hub. You know, say people need that for their moral. When we pass through yes, and see one table, remember hard job coming and say, yo, we can't even buy the soup or so I feel good for no say. Right now we are built back. Right? I'm promising the last week, I'm there now. So I don't want nobody feel like they get left off because the next week they're there and the next week they're there. You understand? We are built back the place. Put where we are give into this so make yes can be back at economic hub and make back money. Please, that's where we are at. So we like to see the progress, we've seen it, and we are cleaning up the beach, and we just want to make it know say straight love. Then That's that we are deal. No farmer, no problem, no politics against this or that, or the straight love.
And remember again, please, when you use the product them and fix what the shop them, we can pass and good and sister greatness.
Yeah, man.
We are going to check on any house on have a mash down. We are check on that.
That's
but them goods they want to get right now, I have to build up the shop them.
I'm fixing here, so it's not just, it's a help a lot of people moral to see about the place, full and vibrant. So I could do it. I could do it, yeah?
To do it together. So the mission is to build back the place. Alright, build back border. What's the mission? Build back border.
You know, so me I wonder if I got that place already. One portion of shop did there and then sell bami and fish and soup and then sit there. I wonder if I that same spot there. Is there between St. James and Trelawney? No, St. James and Manchester. Or something like so. I believe I spot them at all, but yeah, big up Sean Paul, you know. You know what I mean? For that work there. And that thing that we do. And I bet you now when I roll with him. Food boss.
Eternal Father, Father.
So him and Sean Paul work together, see there? Man, them carry all type of supply and just food alone. Material for them build back them place, care packages. No ID necessary, no TRN necessary. You hear that? Just give people water, and you know? Give people food, you know? Yeah. In a real life. Listen now, now.
Devastation up there. Everywhere sell them. Shop, house, everything. People homeless and everything there.
No clothes, no food,
no food, no if you sleep and anything there.
No couple people pass and forget clothes and food and water.
Yeah, man. I'll shop them and shop them lose their roof and anything there. Like post them pop down. Wire pop down. We don't think we get back now current for now. It's about 4 months to 5 months before current come back. I never see nothing like this from my born to below. I document alone, I see them start my part. Never witnessed it 2 years yet. But I'm sorry for your country. The country mash up.
Well, I've been doing this over 19 years and it has been going good. It's been excellent too. Because I only one bucket there left. But me have a little secret when I add to it, you know, forget. My specialty is yes.
I wish you all the best.
Yes.
You look fabulous.
Alright, my people, man, I left you right there, so. I don't know if I do no live tonight, you know. I'm not sure. Nah, go around and I'm not do no lie. But if you see me down. I feel like I want to do one video and put out though, because something come to my attention and I never did know. My screen record the part of my want still. So I'm gonna do my little video for put out. So big up on yourself. Guys, just big up Will Rattigan, you know, make sure so you go over there, go subscribe. Alright, to your page. Alright. And also, we have a couple of videos where you might be interested to check out. Them video. ODPEM Leslie Harrow. Definitely check this out. TRN for Relief ID, check that out. But I don't even understand how this a video no get no traction. But hey, them 2 video there. Yeah man, all I 4 video them on the top. Check out them 4 video. This, we not be asking if you check out that. December 8th is going to be interesting. Wow, in the courts. It's going to be very interesting in the courts. See you guys later. Have a good one, all right? Peace and blessings. Yeah.